Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to the Umbrella Academy Season 4, Episode 3, titled The Squid and the Girl. The group splits up to find Jennifer. Later on, they pay Reginald a visit, confronting memories that hold critical clues to their missions. Okay, so I'm guessing that this is going to be when we learn about what the Jennifer incident was. Because that's the only real memories I think could be useful to this. Though, how would this Reginald be able to help them? Like, sure, there was the fact that he was in charge of the town that was keeping Jennifer from, again, I've forgotten their name. Keepers, I think it was. I'll just double check that. Yeah. He was in the one in charge of that town, so maybe he knows whatever importance Jennifer has. Like, because he's somehow, even though he was killed before the reset, he still somehow ended up on top. And here's a question: does he have his memories? Like, I know Allison just hit the button, just didn't change anything that he'd done, just to set it off as was, but with her siblings surviving. So, what did, what does he know? But I wonder who's going to be on what team, because I can't really see Klaus wanting to go to Reginald, so I'm assuming he'd go with Ben to hunt down Jennifer, like directly. Diego and Lila, I think, is probably going to split. Yeah, I don't know. But I guess we'll find out in 3, 2, 1, go. Look at that. Hal is watching on an old cathode. I, I thought the squid was going to be Ben. And how did she get into a giant squid? Hmm. Interesting. So who was watching that? Is the question. I mean, ask your brother. And I was the one who was saying not to give it to you. I don't actually have anything to say about it. Hmm. Hmm. Real surprised no one followed him. Why not just tell him it was Phi? I was not expecting this between them. Why? Why did you do that? You finally got it unstuck. What is going on with you? Is it like a universal constant that if Ben comes in contact with Jennifer, he dies? Is it trying to correct the timeline as part of the cleanse? I'm gonna say it's her. I- that? Okay, so she does remember. I thought something happened to her to affect her memory, which is why she couldn't remember. Hmm. It'll also probably put you to sleep. Or unlock something new. I really don't know. Well, I mean, at least he trusts his brother to drive even what's left of the van. Also, I doubt Luther could fit in the front seat, so. I mean, you did blink back once. Hmm. If you can read the language. I was expecting to cut back to Diego with. Really? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. Here's the thing. Klaus doesn't even know if he got his old powers back. Like, he got on the drugs to numb the ghosts and that. Like, what if he doesn't have the ghosts anymore? Casualties 2, the Umbrella Academy. Maybe I was right about it trying to correct the timeline if Ben and Jennifer both died in the Jennifer incident. I thought that looked Australia. A more devastated timeline. Moving sideways. This is the first timeline? Hmm. Are you in this timeline? I guess that's a yes. Hmm. Interesting that alternate timeline versions also cause the flatulence. I forget what it was called. Duplicate sickness or. Is it? Mm, we failed as a team. The hell? Coming from you, that's big. Okay, so I guess size not a part of the keepers. Who or what are you? the fuck was that? Yeah, where is the pogo this of this universe? I don't know what the weapons are, but I don't recognize half of those. Of course, you were college professors. Hmm. I want to say that they've switched bodies, or he's looking through her eyes. Really? That's what you cut up about? What? What is that reaction? I am guessing it's a trauma response. If so, then it's ironic that her and Ben have a connection, given his squid-like tendencies. There's a family newsletter. Or you could just rumor them to open the door. They don't need to kill. Well, that works. There's some sort of clairvoyance? Or does he just have monitors on all of them? Victor, do you recognize that violin? I love it. It hated me. Definitely not what I was expecting. Not what I was expecting from Mrs. Hargreaves. I forget what her name is. Oh, cool. You can just float now. I mean, I know that was your power, but you used to have ghosts hold you up. So how how does this Quinn know Klaus if And was that just to settle a debt, or he really did not? But he was just clearly floating in the middle of an alley, no issue. But coming back from a bullet wound is an erotic dancer. Well, Reggie hasn't changed. Hmm. It's fair. Ah, well, that's an issue. Did you really need the fuzzy handcuff? We failed as a team. Hmm. Victor put through the same indoctrination because. Exactly. At least he's honest about it. Yeah, we saw what they were doing to Victor. Hmm. One thing we do know about the man is he loves his wife. You made your way to Gene and Jean's compound. Really? You couldn't just walk normally? How did no one see that? Yeah, a light dancing's a little weird if you do it. Maybe it is a sex cult thing. I know this tune, but I don't know these words. This was highly illegal. Well, at least he left the llamas. Alpaca. Well, there goes the white violin. What? Did you just shoot through your own people? What the fuck's a chickadee? What, you shot them to stop them from shooting Ben and... Too bad Klaus isn't there. Hmm. This is not what I was expecting from the Hargreaves we saw at the end of the last season. She wants to go exploring other timelines to see, doesn't she? Probably. What are half of these images? Didn't seem to have anything to do with, like, an atomic blast, a random bull, like rodeo, the constant flower image, the black and white train crash. What do they all have to do with Ben? I didn't think we were going to get it. Then I had everyone strapped in. I'm like, maybe we are going to get it. I didn't look at how much time was left in the episode, so... So, we got a half answer as to what Jennifer is. She is nothing like them, the complete opposite, and a hell of a lot more powerful than any of them. Is that including Victor? Especially Victor with the awakened Harlem powers? Also, theoretically, Lila. She had to have gotten that laser eyes from somewhere, but she's still able to copy, so does she now have two powers? Does that play a role in saying that Jennifer's more powerful? Like, I'm assuming that the cleanse is basically what Hargreaves was doing at the end of the last season, except without extracting the marigold. And it's going to just reset all the timelines. Or it's going to wipe out this timeline. What? Because there's a weird reaction that she had when Ben and her touched hands. Yet they'd made contact before that through clothes, because he'd grabbed her shoulder and that to direct her out. Would that have happened with anyone? Is it specifically because it is Ben and Jennifer? Is this what happened the first time and they both mutually assured destruction, took each other out because neither of them were equipped to handle whatever is going on with them right now. It's weird that they found a document detailing the Jennifer incident from the original timeline. Speaking of the original timeline, what was the point of going to that? Like, I'm assuming like it's going to be important for something, because otherwise they could have just gone to any random timeline to pass the time. But to bring a slightly older Five into it, would it even be a slightly older Five? Technically, it'd be a slightly younger Five, if you think about it. But, yeah, so why did they jump back to the original time? I have so many questions about this episode. Not in a bad way. In a, this is intriguing me and I want to find out the answers. Which, considering we're now halfway through the season, I'm assuming these answers are going to come quickly. Because, yeah. I don't know what is to come. This is not what I was expecting from Reginald. This is... Okay, it's sort of the... what I initially thought his wife was going to be like. But then we saw her standing next to him, lording over the New York of where Reginald owns everything. And I thought, okay, maybe she's as bad as he is. But no. Somehow these characters have the same past, yet Allison didn't, because she didn't have any of her acting credits. Yet Klaus's old dealer knew who he was, knew about the money that he owed him for 5 years. Yet didn't Klaus say that he was sober pretty much the entire time they've been there? Did he really accrue 40k? Well, 5 and then interest over, like, immediately? I am a little surprised that Allison didn't bring up the fact that she was the only one arguing against giving Klaus the marigold, because she knew it wasn't what he wanted, but because she was the one to actually do it, she's the one who copped the brunt of it, because he was just lashing out at anything. We never actually... Did Klaus even actually, like, take drugs this episode? Like, sure, he wound up in an alleyway meditating and floating, where an old dealer met up with him, but, like, we don't actually have any confirmation that he took anything. It's implied that that's what he was taking the TV and the money and all that for. But for him to be in as right a state of mind as is needed to meditate to the point of floating, maybe he didn't. Because the drugs were to nullify his powers, so if he's able to use his powers, then he didn't take drugs. But then what did he need the money for? Or did he, on the way to getting the drugs, realized that Claire's words got through to him and just hocked the TV and went and did his own thing. Interesting. But I'm going to end this one here because I am really hungry. So I'm gonna go, and it's lunchtime. So I'll catch you in the next one.